This is the latest version of MorseAPP. I'm pretty happy with where we're at the moment. So I just wanted to do like a third video here. We're still very much in the alpha stage, but for anyone that hasn't watched the earlier videos, MorseAPP is an application that allows you to convert text into Morse code and then to output that Morse code as MIDI data. What I wanted to do though was evolve the app a little bit more beyond that and now randomize the mappings of the letters to individual notes. I've got another version that I use with a modular synth, but this one's designed to interface with Logic and using a synth like Absynth. Really what I'm trying to do is to create a little aleatory machine, an indeterminacy factory really. For me, the interesting thing is being able to pull data from a website. So let me go to where I went to the first time, and this is Gutenberg Press. This is James Joyce's Ulysses. And so what I can do here is type in, or paste in the URL, and then if we go fetch website, this is the third version in alpha of this, and it's a little bit more nuanced now. So if I hit fetch, you can see it's starting to download sort of line by line, and I can also pause it. So if I decide that this is all I want, I don't have to sit there waiting for an hour and a half while it downloads the entire book. So as it starts to pull a few things down, let's just pause it here. I've arranged it by, say, major scale, melodic minor modes, harmonic minor modes, and then other exotic scales, so things like whole tone, diminished scales, and then all of these sort of Hungarian minor and major, Persian, Arabian, etc. I quite like a half whole diminished, and let's go with the most metal of keys, a D sharp. What I've also done is given myself an ability to change the letter gap. By default, it was arranged at 250 milliseconds, but if I want something a little bit longer and more evolving, then we'd be up around 750. So what I'm going to do here is I'll firstly get rid of all of this at the top. And we're going to go through just the first few paragraphs. So first thing here, randomized mapping. This will assign each letter to a different note pitch. It's a couple of octaves either side of middle C. And then I've got a play stop button here. And if we get into difficulty, I've got an all notes off button as well. Now, how it generates sound? Well, it doesn't. But what I've got set up here is the IAC driver. If I go MIDI input, IAC driver, and then I've got this little patch here in Absynth. So any incoming MIDI data in Logic should just respond to it. So all I should need to do now is press play. Okay, so that's where I've landed with it at the moment. I'm really happy with this. I really like it. It's a little bit silly in parts, but it's for me, the pursuit of indeterminacy and finding new ways of creating sound, I particularly like converting text into Morse code. I like my little randomized mapping button. So the next time I hit randomize, it's going to be completely different, and I can specify different scales. If I want it to be a bit more, Western tonal, following a major scale, or if I want it to be, over a melodic minor or something else exotic, I've got that. I can make it very quick. If I change the sound to something more sort of short and stabby, I could. The next version of it, I want to be able to input a different tempo. It's currently just set to 120 beats a minute, but with different millisecond gaps between the notes. That might be a little bit difficult to explain. But being able to have it very fast and stabby with different sounds, I really like the idea of that. So I'm going to keep developing this and hopefully get to a beta version that I can put out to a few people sometime soon. But yeah, by all means, comment on it and let me know what you think.